हेलो एवरीवन, वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू। सबको वॉइस और वीडियो क्लियर है? एक बार कंफर्म कर दो। प्लीज कंफर्म वंस द ऑडियो विजुअल्स आर क्लियर। ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है। वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग, वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग रोहन। तो गाइज, IBPS PO मेंस का रिजल्ट आ गया। बहुत बच्चों ने क्लियर किया है ना? नाउ दे आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर इंटरव्यू। तो आई होप आप सभी लोग, दोज आर वाचिंग द वीडियोस, दोज आर गोइंग टू अपीयर इन दिस ईयर, आपका भी ऐसे ही क्लियर हो। One thing I have asked majority of the students, those who have cleared the exam, that what they have done differently. तो सभी का एक कॉमन आंसर जो मुझे मिला, आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर विद ऑल ऑफ यू, दैट दे हैव कवर्ड, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट जनरल अवेयरनेस, ओके। तो दे हैव एक्चुअली कवर्ड द क्वांट्स, रीजनिंग एंड इंग्लिश, वो तो चलता ही है। दे वर सेइंग सर, बिफोर एक्चुअल द बिफोर प्रीलिम्स we have covered at least our banking awareness, and we are regularly reading the current affairs. So I asked them whether how much time they are devoting for banking awareness. तो उन्होंने बोला that we were most of them that we were reading the basic things only for prelims, but current affairs they were doing on a daily basis, and majority of them are getting very good score. Okay, so the same strategy you have to follow, कुछ और नहीं करना है, only do the things on a regular basis. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए दैट अभी आप बस क्वांट्स ही पढ़ रहे हो या केवल इंग्लिश पढ़ रहे हो। यू हैव टू कवर ऑल द 4 सब्जेक्ट्स। डिवोट 2 आवर्स डेली, डिवोट 2 आवर्स डेली फॉर ईच सब्जेक्ट, है ना? व्हाट यू कैन डू इज, हाँ, जैसे फॉर दैट फॉर एग्जांपल इंग्लिश, इंग्लिश आप ऑल्टरनेट डे भी कर सकते हो, ओके। बट जनरल अवेयरनेस और ये ऐसी चीज़ें हैं, बैंकिंग अवेयरनेस, दैट यू हैव टू डू ऑन अ रेगुलर बेसिस, तभी वो बात बनेगी, देन ओनली यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट। And there are many students also, those who only done the current affairs, they haven't touched the banking awareness. Now they are facing the problem. One day back the result came. Now from 11th the interview has started. They only have around, you can say, 8 days. In 8 days they have to cover the entire interview, because in interview you have to work on your personality development, you have to work on your general awareness, banking awareness, your educational background, multiple things. So they are facing severe problem in covering banking awareness, because the interviewer are going to ask them the banking awareness thing. What is a check? What are the different types of account? But they haven't read it during their preparation. Now they're facing problem. So you have to cover the banking awareness also. At least the basic you should know. Otherwise, मेंस में नहीं तो आपको इंटरव्यू में यू आर गोइंग टू गेट प्रॉब्लम, ओके। वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग गाइस। So let's start the today's current affairs. So the first news was PM Narendra Modi inaugurated Utkarsh Odisha, Make in Odisha Conclave 2025 in Bhubaneswar. So if you have watched the budget this time, there is a need to focus on manufacturing. And अगर आपने budget देखा है, the budget was based on 4 engines, right? Agriculture was one of the engine, MSME was one of the engine, and in MSME they were focusing on manufacturing. And Atmanirbhar Bharat or Make in India program actual focus on the manufacturing. Because why? Right now, majority of the people are employed in agriculture. And see, there are multiple type of unemployment which are being faced by the people in agriculture. For example, disguised unemployment. So they want to shift people from agriculture towards manufacturing. Because see, third sector is the service sector. Service sector requires skills, learning, education. But agriculture, it does not require much education. Similarly, for MSMEs to do the work in the manufacturing sector, knowledge is less required, skills are more required. Okay. Then after that, from manufacturing, they can shift toward the service sector. That should be the ideal sequence. But India में क्या हुआ? In India, people have moved from agriculture towards the service sector. They have skipped the manufacturing. And if in India we want to reduce unemployment, we want to increase employment, we have to focus on MSME and the manufacturing sector, because एक फैक्ट्री कम से कम you can say 10 to 20 people को easily job दे सकती है, more than that. Alright, so one of the engine was MSME. So based on that, similarly PM Modi inaugurated Make in Odisha conclave. Okay, so basically it is a state initiative that come to Odisha, set up your plant and start doing manufacturing. This will be good for the overall health of the state, as well as it will promote employment. For example, in Odisha, there is Tata plant, Tata Steel's plant, है ना? There is a place called there is a place I am not able to recall the name. Very famous place. There is a Tata Steel plant there, Bamnipal, Odisha. The Tata Steel plant is there, and that is also a greenfield plant. Okay. So this event was in Odisha. Focus was again manufacturing sector, to bring more and more industry leaders. Right. So industry leaders, policymakers for 16 plus countries have arrived in Odisha. Right. And around 16.73 lakh crore investment has been promised. MUs have been signed. And what are the key sector in which they have signed the MOUs? So chemicals, petrochemicals, textiles, like this. All right. So remember, who was inaugurated? Our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, Utkarsh Odisha. All right. And the focus is on Make in India Odisha, Make in Odisha conclave. All right. So you have to remember this thing. And how the question can be framed from this news? For example, Utkarsh Odisha event is focused on A, manufacturing, B, agriculture. Like this, they can ask you the question. So remember, it is focused on Make in Odisha, that is mostly on manufacturing sector. Yeah, manufacturing and the service sector. Chalo. Next, the international news. Let's see. WHO declares Niger as the first country in Africa to eliminate onchocerciasis. Okay. Recently, we have seen that Georgia has been declared malaria free. है ना? याद है आप सबको? मैंने करवाया था अभी. Yes or no? Okay, guys, one more thing. From today, we are also going to start the January topic-wise monthly current affairs. All right? Chalo. Okay. So first of all, understand what this onchocerciasis is. So it is caused by Onchocerca volvulus. All right, and it is caused by black flies. This is the leading infectious cause of blindness. Okay, so it affects your eyes, and it is caused by the carrier which are known as black flies. Yeah, and this is basically affecting the sub-Saharan African and Yemen region. Sub-Saharan means the region around the Sahara Desert. Yes, from today onwards, topic wise January. Yes. So this is the disease. So which country has become the first to eliminate this? Niger. Okay. Remember this thing. And global recognition, if I talk about, so there are other countries also. For example, Colombia, Ecuador. These are the South American nation, you can say. Mexico is there. Guatemala is there. Right? And this disease comes in a segment known as the neglected tropical disease. Neglected tropical disease, very important. Remember this thing. Okay. Remember the name of the disease, onchocerciasis. Niger is the country. All right. Remember these two names. Okay, try to make a list of all the countries who have recently became free from some kind of disease. For example, Niger was there. Before them, Egypt was there. All right. So like this, create a list. If you are not able to make the list, let me know. I'll give you. है ना? चलो. And what's the elimination criteria when it is said that this country has eliminated? When 95% statistical confidence. Okay. So when you have the data that 95% people they don't have this disease. Yeah. Chalo. Let's talk about the banking, finance, and the economy sector. Acha, guys, how many of you have uh, actually how many of you are going to appear in first banking exam of your life this year? How many of you? Because see, those who are the first timers now, I want to talk to each one of them because your strategy should be different. So Rohan, you're going to appear. Okay, good. Let's connect on the weekend. Okay, and let's discuss what your status is regarding each subject, है ना? And have you started doing mocks or not? आप में से कितने लोग mock test start कर दियो? Please let me know in the comment section. Please let me know. Okay. ठीक है प्रथम, you also got it. Because if you haven't started doing your mock test now, I've already asked you in the previous session, please start. है ना? A mock में track करो how much marks you are getting in each mock test. For example, create a table like this. For example, quants, English, GA, reasoning, है ना? And here make like this. Mock 1. Quants में आपके कितने marks हैं, right? For example, write the marks. For example, whatever number you have scored, then mock 1 for English, mock 1 for GA, mock 1 for reasoning, then mock 2. So you will be having a personal record, okay, that how much marks I am getting. So if the trend is increasing, ठीक है, after every mock your number is increasing, then you are going in a good direction. But let's say if you are not able to increase your mark after a certain threshold, then you have to work on that areas in which your questions are getting wrong. Okay, so this table is very important. Please create a table like this for each mock test tracking. Yeah, chalo. Next is RBI ombudsman resolved 95% of complaints in financial year 24. Now this is a very good news, right? RBI ombudsman, आप सबको पता है that if you are not satisfied with the banking services, you can make your complaint to the RBI ombudsman. All right. First, there is a banking ombudsman, and if you are not satisfied with them, you can directly complain to the RBI ombudsman. Okay. So it is a scheme known as the RBI Integrated Ombudsman Scheme. All right. And if I talk about the number of complaints, so there was a surge. 9.34 lakh complaints in 23-24 and a 32.81% increase from the previous year, right? And 88.7% of those complaints were filed digitally, right? In resolution method, 57% settled mutually and 40% were dismissed. Now talking about the RBI Ombudsman scheme, we should know that there are certain things. These are very important schemes. For example, RBI liberalized remittances scheme, the ombudsman scheme. They are asking questions. These are actually that these things as static, but it is related with current affairs. Okay, remember this thing. So actually, there's a big history, and I've covered this entire RBI this ombudsman scheme in our static classes. But let me tell you here. First of all, the coverage. It covers entire banks, both the public sector, private sector, RRBs, all the things, even the NBFCs are covered under this ombudsman scheme, right? And in 30 days, they have to provide you the resolution, which can be extended up to 60 days. All right. They try to give you the resolution within 30 days. but it may extend up to 60 days. Yeah, remember this thing. So the why this provision has been given? Let's say you went to some kind of bank. Let's say you went to SBI, and you're not satisfied with the SBI's working. The manager is not treating you well. So you can make a complaint. All right. And this RBI ombudsman scheme, it follows the approach of one nation, one ombudsman. So it means you have a single grievance redressal platform. If you अगर आपको कोई NBFC का काम नहीं पसंद आ रहा, if you're not satisfied with some private bank, if you're not satisfied with any cooperative bank, you can directly go and complain here. Right? Remember this thing. It was launched in actually 2021. ठीक है, ये चीज याद रखिएगा. चलो, any question? ठीक. These are some special schemes of RBI. You should know about these things. Next is RBI tightened norms for imposing penalty under the PSS Act 2007. So what is PSS Act? Payment and Settlement System Act 2007. All the payment banks are regulated through this act. All right. So RBI has tightened this rule. It means more monetary penalties, and those who are doing, you can say, offenses under this, they are going to get penalized. Okay. So these are the key violation: unauthorized payment system operation, prohibited disclosures, failure to pay penalties on time. So how they have made it more stricter? Under section 30 of this act, the fine up to 10 lakh rupees or twice the amount involved, whichever is higher. So they have increased the limit. Okay, 10 lakh rupees or twice the amount involved. They have to give as penalty. Now talking about Payment and Settlement Act, you should know that all the just a minute. All the for example, you have done some NEFT, all right, or let's say someone is involved in unauthorized payment operation. Let's say some people are making fake SBI websites. कई बार होता है कि लोग जाके they put their credentials in that and their account is getting hacked. All right. So what is the objective of this act? So objective is basically regulate the entire payment system. All right. So that you can safely and efficiently do your digital payments. Yeah. And under this act, in section number 3, section 3 of this act, it gives RBI the sole authority to do or regulate the entire payment system. Section 3 is very important. Yeah. So remember this thing. So it includes NEFT, RTGS, all right, IMPS, whatever mode of payment is. These are the few mode of payment, है ना? So credit card payment, debit card payment, digital payment, everything is covered under this act. Clear? So remember the thing, whatever new apps are coming now, for example, Navi, or let's say Paytm or Google Pay, they have to follow these rules. Otherwise, their license will be cancelled. Yeah. And which is the most important organization to manage all these things? They have created NPCI, that is the National Payment Corporation of India. It looks after each and everything. The second one is DICGC, that is Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation. All right. So whatever, it is also providing you the credit guarantee. Right. Let's say if you have lost all your money up to 5 lakh limit, 5 lakh amount, you will be reimbursed. ठीक है, वैसे तो ज़्यादा नहीं होता है, बट फाइन, कुछ तो मिल जाएगा. लेट्स से इफ यू हैव 10 लाख रुपीज इन योर बैंक और उस बैंक में चोरी हो जाती है, तो आरबीआई विल से दैट 5 लाख रुपीज वी आर गोइंग टू गिव यू, है ना. चलो, तो ये दिस इज नोन एज द करंट स्टैटिक लिंकेज. The news was about how RBI has tightened the norms. But the main thing is whether you know about the payment and settlement system or not. What are the different types of payment? Who regulates it? Under which section? These kind of things they are asking in the exam. Chalo. Next is Garud Aerospace pledged rupees 100 crore to develop India's first drone city in Andhra Pradesh. So, first drone city of India is going to come in which state? So, answer is Andhra Pradesh. Okay. First drone city in Orwakal. So those who are from Andhra Pradesh, DICGC is basically, you can say that it is a initiative to help you to have a basically a safety, right? For example, let's say you have deposited some money in your bank, and let's say due to some reason your money get uh, someone came and he attacked the bank and he took all your money. So the bank say that it is a credit deposit guarantee scheme. All right, that the bank will provide up to certain limit of money in case of such event. So Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation, they are providing insurance on your deposit. Yeah, so remember this thing. What I've seen, many people are using lockers. There many people are depositing their money in the bank. So whether that money is safe or not, to instill confidence in the people, they are providing this DICGC. All right. So for saving accounts, it is covered. Your current account, it is covered. Fixed deposits, it is also covered. Recurring deposit, it is also covered. Yeah. Just remember this thing. So see, basically it is a tie-up. There is an insurance company. Let's say bank generally tie up with an insurance company. Bank pays a certain premium to the insurance company so that in case of, let's say, some theft or robbery, the insurance company is going to provide the coverage. All right. So remember, so each depositor gets 5 lakh rupees, all right, of insurance. Yeah. So this is the thing. Is it clear? Yes or no? What is the Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation? What they do is they give you, so basically it is the tie-up between a bank and the insurance. Bank pays certain small premium to these insurance company so that in the event of, let's say, theft, robbery, or let's say some even the bank gets liquidated, whatever money you have, it remains safe. So but there is a limit. Let's say if you have 2 crore rupees, अगर आपका 2 crore गया, they can only give you 5 lakh rupees. Okay, so this is the clause here. But see, it is very rare that some banks get liquidated, right? So this is the crux. So now remember this Orwakal in Andhra Pradesh is going to be the India's first drone city. And how much money they are going to invest? Garud Aerospace, 100 crore rupees by Garud Aerospace. Do you know what is Garud? Garud basically it was actually you can say a character in Ramayana, and and it has the power and ability to be the fastest being in the entire universe. It was so fast. All right. Yes, it was a bird. Right. ठीक है, तो ये चीज़ याद रखिएगा. So this is a one-liner current affair mostly. All right, and the regulatory approval will be provided by Directorate General of Civil Aviation, that is DGCA. You will tell me who is the chairperson of DGCA in the comment section. All right. Jatayu is also there. Garud is also there. Actually, I'm having throat infection for quite some time. 3 to 4 days. I was in a very severe pain. So actually, Actually, yes, yes. Next is ISRO's astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla to pilot NASA's private Axiom mission 4, marking first Indian astronaut to travel to International Space Station. So this is Mr. Shubhanshu. The full, actually, he is the wing commander in the Indian Air Force. All right. So he has been selected as the first Indian astronaut to travel to International Space Station under the NASA's Axiom 4 mission. See, basically, India is also planning to start its own human spaceflight mission. That is the name Gaganyaan. And in order to train for the Gaganyaan mission, ISRO has, you can say, collaborated with NASA, which is also launching a similar mission, that is Axiom 4 mission. And in this, they are going to send some astronaut to the international space. All right. So, I mean, remember the name Shubhanshu Shukla, first Indian astronaut on private mission to International Space Station, and the first Indian in space in 40 years after Rakesh Sharma. Na? Chalo. So he is not the wing commander. Please, please, please. I'm really very sorry. He is group captain. Please correct it. Not wing commander. He is group captain. मैंने इनकी रैंक ही नीचे कर दी. Sorry, है ना? So he is group captain शुभांशु शुक्ला. मुझे लोग मारेंगे. शुभांशु शुक्ला साहब ने देख लिया. ठीक है. So he is the group captain. Remember, so in Air Force there is a hierarchy. All right. So it is something like this: flight lieutenant. Then you move up to squadron leader. Then you move up to wing commander. Then you move up to group captain. Then you move up to air commodore. Then you move up to air vice marshal. Then vice marshal, and then these are the hierarchy of the Indian Air Force. Please correct me if I'm wrong somewhere, because I believe this is the correct sequence, right? मैंने बीच में छोड़ा तो नहीं है, maybe not. So once you clear the FCAT exam, you become a flight lieutenant. Okay. So one more thing is, so he is the group captain, fighter combat leader. All right, and he has 2,000 plus flying hours on the aircraft like Sukhoi, MiG, and Jaguar. So he has piloted most of the fighter planes. So he has a very vast experience. Yes, above vice marshal is the air chief. Right. So he is also the Gaganyaan astronaut, one of the 4 astronauts designated for India's Gaganyaan mission. All right. So remember this thing. And what is this Axiom 4 mission? The Axiom SpaceX private mission with SpaceX. So SpaceX is basically Elon Musk company. All right. And it is collaborating with NASA for this mission. Yeah. All things are connected. Basically, India is training Mr. Shubhanshu Shukla for their upcoming Gaganyaan mission. All right. Chalo. So keywords here is Shubhanshu Shukla from Indian Air Force, Axiom 4 mission of NASA for training for future Gaganyaan mission. All right. Chalo. Next is the appointment and resignation. So appointment committee of cabinet appoints Rajesh Nirvan as the Director General of BCAS. Okay. Bureau of Civil Aviation Security. He is the Director General, Rajesh Nirvan. He is a 92 batch IPS officer from Rajasthan cadre. All right. And his appointment has been approved by Appointments Committee of the Cabinet. Yeah. And before him, Mr. Amit Mohan Prasad was there. He was the 1989 batch Odisha cadre IPS officer. Yeah. Just remember the name Rajesh Nirvan, Bureau of Civil Aviation Security. Yeah. Chalo. Next is the sports news. ICC Under 19 Women's T20 World Cup final. So India left the World Cup. So this is a very good news. India's women under 19 team has won the T20 World Cup. All right. Remember this thing. And they have defeated South Africa in the final. Yeah, remember this thing. And the venue of this match was Malaysia, right? So like this, you can make a short note. India under 19 women defeated South Africa in T20 World Cup. In bracket, you can mention. I can ask you about the venue also. Yeah. Chalo. Now let's do the practice question quickly. Come on. फटाफट आ जाओ. So, which country became the first in Africa to eliminate onchocerciasis, river blindness? This disease is also known as river blindness. Remember. Yes. Niger or Nigeria? Correct answer is A, Niger, not Nigeria. Okay. These two are different nations. Yeah. And it is one of the neglected tropical disease. Do one thing. I'm giving you one homework. Read about neglected tropical disease. Neglected tropical. Hello. Next is regarding the India's victory in ICC 19 under 19 Women T20 World Cup. Which of the following statements are correct? India defeated England in the final. No, we have seen it was South Africa. And Gongadi Trisha played a key role in the victory. Yes. Second statement is correct. First is wrong. So B, 2 only is correct. Right? देखो, even if you don't know the second option ना, आपको पता है that India defeated South Africa. So first is wrong. So this option is gone. This option is gone. All right. So you can easily come to two options. Right. So this is known as the elimination approach. Next is, under which act has the Reserve Bank of India had tightened monetary penalties and compounding offence for payment settle system operators? So the Payment and Settlement Act 2007. Clear? Remember this. Next is, which company is developing India's first drone city in Orvakal, Andhra Pradesh? So correct answer is A, Garud. Correct? Chal. Who has been appointed as the Director General of Bureau of Civil Aviation Security? So IPS officer Mr. Rajesh Irwan. He is the correct answer. Right? Regarding the Reserve Bank integrated ombudsman scheme, which of the following statements are correct? The Reserve Bank of India resolved 95% of complaints under the scheme. Yes. The number of complaints increased by 50% compared to the previous year. So this was wrong. Not 50%, that was around 32%. One only. Okay. Increase was 32%, not 50%. So do one thing. I'm giving you one more homework. Read about RBI's ombudsman scheme and read about liberalized remittances. Okay. Please check that what's the compensation for mental harassment. Mental harassment. What is the compensation for mental harassment? Please read this. Please search this. It is going to help you. Next is, which Indian Air Force officer has been named a pilot for the Axiom mission for the International Space Station? So Mr. Shubhanshu Shukla, the group captain. Right? Chalo. Now your homework question: which city hosted Make in India Conclave 2025? कटक, राउरकेला, संबलपुर और भुवनेश्वर. तो आप लोग मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में बताइएगा. एंड गाइस देखो, those of you who are regularly doing DCA ना, this small effort every day, it is going to make a big impact on your career. All right, next 3 to 4 months, or let's say 6 months are very important. The next 6 months is going to decide your future for the next 30, 35, 40 years. All right, so please stick to the plan. बोर लगता है करना पड़ेगा, नहीं मन करता है फिर भी करना पड़ेगा. Okay, and if you keep yourself doing the same thing day by day na, you are going to see the difference. All right, now please include the mock test, start solving mock test, start revising things. Okay, and solve as, and after solving the mock test, please focus on the questions which are getting wrong. For example, in GA, maybe in current affairs, you don't know 20 or 25 questions. Revise it. याद कर लो उसमें से, so that in actual paper if you are not able to solve, you should have the knowledge. आपने याद किया हुआ है ना? So GA mocks are very easy. Attempt the mocks, check how much questions you are getting correct. All right, because everything is mostly current affairs in that. So you have to, whatever questions you are getting wrong, memorize it. This is the simple technique. All right, chalo. Okay guys, I'll see you in the next session. Till then, have a great day and Jai Hind.